Ready for this one? Jury, please come in here. I've remembered you. Jury, please join if you're here. Hi, Jury. Okay, welcome to Banishment. You guys know the flow of things. Wait, one. Oops. Okay. I'm going to ask some questions. We'll chat for a bit. And then when it comes time to vote, you will Slack me directly with who you'd like to vote for. So I want to begin with talking about and also let me preface this, as I told last season as well. Once we get down to this low of numbers, my questions are going to get harder. Just prepare yourselves for that. I want to start with last banishment. So Casey, were you surprised to see Jerry use an idol?
Yes.
So you didn't know that he had that?
No, I didn't. But it wasn't one of those things where I felt like the relationship that we had established was ruined by that. I felt like that was just something that he kept close to him. So yes, I was surprised, but when we all talked about it afterwards, it was more of a positive thing than it was like a, oh my gosh, he didn't share something with me type of thing.
Erin, did you know that Jerry had an idol and that he was going to play it on you?
No, I think that everyone felt like, I mean, when you're the person who knows that you don't have the idol, there's like the pool of people who you think has it gets smaller and smaller. And I definitely thought Jerry was like high up there to have it. And I did say to him, like, if you have anything, you're gonna probably need to play it tonight. But no, I did not know for sure that he had it.
So you're saying you had a feeling that he might have had an idol?
I mean, yeah, there was a lot of, talk about Allison having it, and I asked her directly a couple times, and she always said no, and, there was always, like, that person that you thought had it, and then for a while it was like, maybe Brett left with it in his pocket, but is it ever that easy? I don't know, and I guess not. That's what we learned.
Okay, so Jake, a few banishments ago, we saw Jerry use the idol that Erin and Casey helped him purchase on himself, which sent Cam home, or Corey home, one of them. You guys are different, don't worry. I totally know. And then last banishment, Jerry used an idol on Erin. To me, that feels like very clear, obvious alliances. Is that how you feel as well?
Yeah, I mean, certainly, I think we're all very aware of the fact that for the past couple votes, the old Mora and Verdasov lines have pretty much held strong across the board. So I was not surprised at all to see Jerry use an idol on one of his allies last banishment when we were facing the potential for rocks. Okay, and Deanna, so, those three, it seems, have been strong. Do you feel that it's challenging in this game to have a 3 versus a 2? Because, when you have your person next to you, it can be easier sometimes, but with 3, you have more numbers.
Yeah, I think at this point, the 3 isn't as beneficial as having a 2. One of the people in the 3 is going to get, left behind sometime soon, and that's coming up. So I think that right now, being in a duo does not feel great, but I would think that being in a trio does not feel good either.
So Casey, I have to ask, you're part of the trio, and Jerry used his idol to save Erin. Is that something that you are thinking about, being in this trio? And is there someone who has a stronger alliance in this trio than I have with someone?
Of course, that's always something that you keep in the back of your mind. You have to weigh your game against what else is going on and who you can trust, and if different people reach out to you, what that means. And of course, I think it is scary no matter what. And when you're in a trio, someone will be left out eventually. And so it's a lot to consider.
So Jerry, you've had idols and you've most recently won challenges, but you didn't win this last one. Aaron did. Do you feel like there is a big target on your back because you kind of have played these big idols successfully, sending other people home, and you've won challenges? Like, we're getting closer and people start to build a case, if you will.
Yeah, it definitely puts a target on my back. And I think I've had it for a while too. It's just other people were much higher on the list of priorities. I think now is just kind of the moment where I'm suddenly very visible and very open. So winning those immunity challenges were very vital, I think, especially at those moments.
Mm-hmm.
And then the question of kind of building a resume and all these things, like Cam said, you can't win this game just by, playing your hidden immunities all the time. And I agree. That's why I kept it so close to me. It's like you can't just rely on playing a hidden immunity to get you through this game. You have to build those social relationships. So I never took a hidden immunity as a given, as a default.
So Deanna, as I said, we are getting closer. And so, there's two things. One being the resume. We start to think about what's the argument going to be. And the second being if I win, who do I want to be sitting next to? Or like, if I win the next few challenges, who do I want to be sitting next to? Are those conversations that you all are having?
Yeah, I definitely have had that conversation. I am a person who doubts everything that I do. So I definitely wanted to bounce ideas with someone else on, how have I been playing this game? Because I'm not aware of what I'm doing half the time. So definitely just talking about what I've gained and done in this game.
So you bring up an interesting point, and this is absolutely a conversation that we had last season, where perception is everything. And also when you're in the game playing it, your perception can be wildly different than the jury's perception. For example, Cody, I'm going to, call out what happened last season. He won the final four, decided to go against Myers for the final spot 3, and then he just dropped out, and we exchanged words. And people were upset about it because it felt like he wasn't really, he was taking a spot from other people. And in his mind, he had perceived jury was going to give him no votes, whereas there were so many jury members that thought he was going to get votes. So Jake, do you find yourself wrestling with that of like, what is the jury thinking versus how it feels when you're not talking to the jury, like you don't know, what their thoughts are and things like that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you have to wonder what they're thinking, and more than that, like what makes your game stand out from anybody else's that's here. Like you just mentioned, Jerry has 2 successful idol plays. He's won 2 immunities. He's been to every banishment. That's a compelling story. And to try to think about how to argue your case above that is difficult,
Sure. So Jerry, is, off of that, do you start to feel nervous about how is your case going to compare to Casey's if you're both there? Because you both have been to every single banishment together. And since you're both here, have probably been involved in a lot of the same votes and like moves, if you will.
Yeah, that's the point. I think Casey is just as strong of a winner as I am. She won that first immunity challenge, and she held on to that door for 15 minutes, which is like a crazy thing to think about. Like, it's Casey, Aaron, they both have winning cases, and more hats are coming on. No, but I honestly don't think I should take any amount of credit for all of the moves I've played, because I think these 2 people that I've worked with have such strong and compelling cases as well.
Sure. So Aaron, congrats. You won individual immunity yesterday. So you can't go home tonight, but do you start to feel nervous of like, you build relationships with people and it can be hard to see them go. And some people want to go to the end truly with a friend, with someone they've gotten to know. Other people might want to go, to the end with someone they feel they have a case about. How are you making these decisions?
Yeah, I mean, I've been thinking a lot about it. And I guess I think I've been kind of singing this tune the last couple banishments, that it is important for me to represent the people who helped me get here. I don't want to screw those people over for, just the title of, you know, winning this season, though I would love to, like, that would be amazing. But for me, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely thinking about, I mean, Jerry kind of said it, like, all of our games are a little bit entangled in ways. And yeah, I guess I'm not scared to losing to people who I like love and respect, especially if their game was so close to mine.
Yeah. And you do bring up a great thing, which actually I was discussing with some season 2 contestants yesterday or today. So Casey, I want to ask you, I think a challenge with this game is we're not playing for $1 million. I don't have $1 million, would love to have some, but I don't. So I can't offer it. So it's so much less money, and it does become more difficult because of the personal relationships and those things on the line. Do you feel yourself struggling with that? Because I would argue that a lot of you are very competitive. That's why you wanted to play this game. You want to win. But then on the other hand, there is kind of this personal component, despite never having met any of these people, you know, 3 weeks ago, and maybe not living in the same place as many of them. So how do you balance out that competitiveness with maybe like you now have relationships with people?
It's the hardest part about this game for me personally is the interpersonal relationships that I have with these people, because I started off and I met 15 new strangers, and then you learn to grow to love those people and to respect those people, not just as game players, but also as humans. And I think for me personally, I have such a hard time with like the ethical side of things about how like playing the game, but also staying true to who I am as a human outside of this game. And like, you're right, we're not playing for $1 million, but I still have to live with myself after this. And I don't want to just screw someone over just because I think like I might just get an edge. But at the same time, I don't want to make a dumb choice and stick by someone who I deem as a friend, but not someone who could potentially ruin me in the end.
Yeah.
So it's a hard balance.
It is. And another thing I think you bring up, which is interesting, is like this jury component, right? Like I think not only the jury, but the people who aren't even on the jury, they wish they could still be playing. They wish they could still be here. And it can be challenging then. If you're in the final 3, it's incredible because you've made it that far, but then you are grilled and you have to defend your case. And, you know, Jake, people are going to be like the wanting to know, what are the moves, what are the things you did that would compel me to vote for you, because I'm not still able to be in this game and make those moves. So is that also something that you're thinking about, that like I need to be trying to make some moves so that the jury doesn't just rip me a new one because I didn't, you know, do anything? Not saying you specifically, just like generalizing.
Yeah, sure. I do think that it is important at this point in the game to think about the moves that you've made and what you've done to put yourself ahead of the rest. And to your point earlier, you know, you have to weigh that against the personal relationships you've made and what's most important to you. And it's all a very complicated formula. So it's difficult to say, but I think that, you know, at the end of the day, we're all here because we've made good moves along the way, whether those moves are more active or even just inactive and sticking with the people that we're here with. So I think that we've all proven that we know how to make the right decisions, at least at some points. So.
Fair enough. Okay, so with that, it is time to vote. When I say your name, you're going to Slack me directly with who you'd like to vote for. We're going to begin with Aaron.
Yeah, you guys just have all these hats.
Casey, please Slack me who you'd like to vote for. Jerry, please Slack me who you'd like to vote for. Jake, please slack me who you'd like to vote for. And Deanna, please slack me who you'd like to vote for. Okay, now everyone please pull out your phone lights. Okay, before I read the votes, does anyone have a hidden immunity idol that they would like to play? If so, now would be the time. Okay, I'm gonna read the votes. First vote, Deanna, that's 1 vote, Deanna. Second vote, Jerry, that's 1 vote, Jerry. Third vote, Deanna, that's 2 for Deanna, 1 for Jerry. Fourth vote, Jerry, that's 2 for Deanna, 2 for Jerry. And the next person voted off Quarantine Island, and 7th person of the jury is Deanna. Deanna, I'm so sorry, your time has come to an end on Quarantine Island. Is there anything you want to say?
Thank you guys for having me. This was really fun. I am very proud of myself. This is very random that I made it this far. I just started watching the show like back in March, and I'm fully just like jumped in, and I am very excited. Jake, I am rooting for you so hard, and I'm excited to join these legends on Ponderosa, and see you guys soon.
Okay, so thank you, Deanna, for being here. We have loved having you. I'm gonna ask Jury and Deanna to please turn their videos off as we go into an instant challenge. The contestants do know that we're going into a challenge. I did warn them because contrary to popular belief, I have a heart in the final week. So you're gonna need 4 quarters and 4 dice. We will be returning to a season 1 classic, which is balancing. It will be dice quarter on your hand. We'll start at 1 level. Then you'll have 20 seconds to add the next quarter in dice. I'll tell you when. And there'll be like a 20-second grace period when you have to add the next level. So if it falls within that 20 seconds, you have that 20 seconds during that time to try to put it back together. But if it falls outside of that 20-second grace period, there's something else. Becca, is there something about like the pinning? I forget. We had something regarding that. I can't remember.
Maybe like you just can't have your elbow against your body, like as long like your arm has to be out.
Yeah, you can sit or you can stand. You obviously can't balance your hands on a desk or anything like that. And I think, yeah, you just like can't have it pinned, but you can have, you know, your arm straight if you want, your arm bent, but you can't like pin it.
Did you say the 20-second thing? I'm sorry, I got this.
I did say the 20-second thing. Yes.
And you said it's going to be dice quarter.
Correct. So make sure you have everything set up and accessible for you, because we'll probably do, I think we're doing it. Yeah, we are. I'm telling you, we're doing a minute, and then you have 20 seconds to add the next level, and then we'll do another minute, next level. 4 levels will be the final, and then we'll just go until someone drops. And it is a balance thing. Also, you can't like cup your hands like this. You have to have a flat palm.
And we're adding both of them at the same time. It's not like 1 quarter and then 1 dice.
Correct.
Okay.
They go in little chunkies. Okay. Any questions before we begin?
So it's whatever hand that's not doing the balancing, that's the one that's grabbing the next thing?
Yeah, I mean, if you want to put your hand down in that 20 seconds and add to it that way, go for it. It could fall in that time. It's all going to be how you think you can balance things. So Jake is good for, in terms of me being able to see him. The other 3 of you, Aaron, the only thing is, can you back the laptop up just so I can make sure your elbow isn't pinned to your body? Okay, that's fine. Jerry will be good, and then Casey, let's see. Can you back your laptop up as well? You got to tilt it down a little bit. Can you tell me what's the brand of this? There's no other tag. Where did you get it from? I don't know.
Okay, and I'm sorry, I have one more clarification question on this.
Yes, go ahead.
This is so the 20 seconds you said we can put our hand down?
Yeah, like you could brace your hand if you wanted to while you're adding the next stuff, but then your hand has to be up and off by the time the 20 seconds is over. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Okay, cool. Are there any other questions before we begin? No. Okay, great. So I'm going to give you guys time right now to get set up. So it'll be dice first and then quarter. Ian, I love you. Okay. And you need the quarter on top of it, Jerry. So it's dice and then quarter. Okay, great. Okay, we're going to begin in 3, 2, 1.
The shirt's from Topman, I think. I thrifted it. Just for the fans. It's for the fans, you guys.
We hate fast fashion here.
Oh well. Yeah, we thrifted it, so it's.
We always thrift. Yeah.
Yeah, we always thrift.
We are 30 seconds in.
Yeah, you're right. It could not be Jerry. We don't know because his head is cut off. It's a really good point.
Yeah, who knows? My screen could be frozen.
Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You have 20 seconds. 20 seconds to add the next level.
Is it also a quarter?
Yep. 10 seconds left. In 3, 2, 1. Okay. We are 30 seconds in. Okay, in 10 seconds, we'll move to the next level. 3, 2, 1. You have 20 seconds to add the next level.
Oh my God.
10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jerry is out. Casey is out. It is between Jake and Aaron. Thirty seconds in. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, add the final level. You have 20 seconds. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. And this is where you both live now until someone drops out. Jake has dropped. Aaron has won individual immunity. Congratulations, Aaron. You've won individual immunity. Casey, turn your video back on. Okay, so congratulations, Aaron. You have won individual immunity. Tomorrow you will be letting, what's tomorrow, Friday? Yeah, you're gonna let us know who you will be bringing with you to the final 3. The other 2 will be going head to head in a challenge. Should I just reveal what the challenge is now?
Yeah.
The challenge is going to be building fire, aka a slider puzzle that has fire on it. So whoever finishes the slider puzzle first will win their spot. They're the 3rd spot for the final banishment. So Aaron, take some time to think. We'll see you tomorrow. You'll tell us who you will be bringing with you. The other 2 will be going head to head. Saturday will be our final banishment where the jury will get to ask their questions. And then Sunday we will announce the winner and have our reunion. Make sure you tune into the post show on Cat Chats tonight on Instagram. For everyone else, I'll see you tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Great job, everybody, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.